Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Allie Lucia. For years, annual mammograms have been recommended starting at the age of 40. Now a government task force says that's too young and could be causing more harm than good. The task force recommends a mammogram every 2 years starting at the age of 50. It also says self-breast exams aren't effective. They say getting screened for cancer so early and so often leads to too many false alarms and unneeded biopsies without improving a woman's odds for survival. This change is causing an uproar in the medical community and amongst breast cancer survivors. Tonight, the Mayo Clinic and a survivor respond to these findings. Fox 47's Fana Hilese reports.
I think initially we're really terrified about it because we have heard about women who have died and terrible stories.
Mary Amundsen has fortunately lived to tell her story. It's one about early detection. Amundsen's doctor caught a lump in her breast during her late 50s. She ultimately got a lumpectomy and 6 weeks of radiation. After hearing the United States Preventive Services Task Force's new guidelines for breast cancer detection, Amundsen got worried.
I'm afraid that women in their 40s will ignore the mammograms, will ignore the self-exams, and think that they're going to get by scot-free.
The new guidelines recommend women to start screening for breast cancer in their 50s unless they have a family history of it or are African American, who tend to be high risk for cancer. The study says doctors are doing more procedures and causing more stress on women than necessary.
They're looking at statistically large numbers of people, but if it's you, it's 100%.
Mayo Clinic and the American Cancer Society are also revolting against the new rules and continuing to tell women to get screened in their 40s.
I've seen many women, as a result of early stage breast cancer, have better options when it came to preserving their breast, treatments, and survival.
The question now is, will insurance providers go along with the new rules? A mammogram without insurance can cost around $300.
Women are also handicapped by their medical insurance. And if this is going to cause more problems with insurance so that they're not going to pay for mammograms, I think that's going to do a real disservice, particularly to women who then could not afford to pay for a mammogram themselves.
Dr. Sandhya Pruthi says she hopes that will not be the case, but only time will tell. In Rochester, Fana Hilese, Fox 47 News.
The American Cancer Society agrees with Mayo Clinic's stance as well. In a statement, a spokesperson writes, "The recommendations differ from those of the American Cancer Society. We've reviewed the evidence and our recommendations are not changing. ACS recommends annual screening starting at age 40. It goes on further to say, while mammography is not perfect, getting a mammogram is currently the most effective way to detect cancer. Bottom line, mammography saves lives, and we urge women to continue to follow our guidelines." Just in time for the season of giving, a Mason City-based medical clinic is opening for those in need. The clinic is set to open Saturday, November 21st, serving uninsured and underinsured residents of Cerro Gordo County. This Friday only, patients can call from 1 to 5 to make an appointment. And after this weekend, those seeking medical attention must call during the clinic's hours, which are every Saturday between 9 and noon. The clinic is located at 1327 6th Street Southwest in Mason City. And if you want to make an appointment, you can call 888-669-4029.